DSP Tries It.
The following announcement has been paid for by the
Pay Me Tons account.
Let me just tell you, I am, at this point, pretty stressed. As you can see, you probably see it in my face, pretty unnerved a little bit. And not to say that it's as bad as a few years ago when something similar to this happened, but the fact that, you know, really, with what I've done on YouTube, I've strived to do something very different that not a lot of people have done. I've tried to give you the raw me, whether it was when I play video games, whether it was in my vlogs being uncensored and kind of just giving you me, and whether that was disclosing a lot of stuff about my life and my personal stuff going on, and whether or not that was too much information at some times, which is certainly could be the case. The fact that I don't edit my video game playthroughs and I strive to try to be like the unedited guy on YouTube, even though, quite honestly, that formula hasn't really been very popular for quite some time. This day and age, it's more about a snippet or a highlight or only playing a certain amount of a game and doing comedy and sketches and stuff around it and highly editing and doing montages and best ofs and countdowns and daily news updates and being a talking head on YouTube. All that is what's YouTube popular right now. Doing these raw video game playthroughs that I became known for and popular for on YouTube is not popular anymore. You know, things have changed, things have evolved. The common YouTube viewer in 2015 is not the same person as the common YouTube viewer of way back in 2008 when I got started, which is how I got popular. Okay? And I know that, and I understand that. And so, with the times come change, and with the times come challenges, and with the times come hardship, all right? As many of you know, this year, 2015, was both, I would say, probably in a lot of ways, my best year, but in a lot of ways also my most challenging year. I had the most amount of roadblocks, hardships, just negative stuff going on that I had to overcome, whether it was having a group of people just following me everywhere, stalking my every move, literally looking at all my personal information, hacking my accounts, DDoS attacking my streams, swatting me, attacking me with my personal life, my family, my friends, trying to out personal information and stuff that has nothing to do with anyone, just all kinds of nasty shit in regards to that kind of stuff, all right? But at the same time, this year, in my opinion, was probably one of the most evolutionary years of all the years that I've ever been on YouTube. I really feel that this year, 2015, I evolved. I had a much more open mind when it came to the kind of stuff that I would do. It wasn't just about doing the raw gameplay through, but I would expand my horizons. I would try to do more edited content, which actually, in the short term, did work out until it kind of just got lost in the shuffle of the mass amount of uploads that I was doing on DSP Gaming every single day. I played games that were way outside of my comfort zone that normally I wouldn't have played, and led to really awesome series, like me doing a full playthrough of Persona 4, or doing a rockathon in Rock Band 4, and all this new kind of stuff. It really did feel this year like it was a rejuvenation and a new vibe around the kind of stuff that I was doing, and I felt very positive for most of this year with a lot of the stuff going on. Of course, you got to pair that with the negative, the fact that with all the false copyright strikes and things that were kind of forced upon me, and the tricks that people found around YouTube's copyright system really concretely hurt me this summer and forced my YouTube channel to not even show up in the YouTube search rankings anymore, which literally has cost me thousands of dollars and really concretely hurt me in a way that no one has ever been able to do before. You know, before this year, it was always about trolling, it was about trying to smear my personal reputation, and the bottom line is 90% of people who watch me and my content don't care about that shit. All they want to know is Phil putting out a new video game? Is it entertaining? And is it something that I can watch and follow along and have a good time? That's it. Most people don't care about the air of drama that's around all the bullshit, right? But this year, these people found a way to actually hurt me in my business concretely, and it's the first time that's ever happened. So, despite all the negatives and all the positives, I still think this year has been a very eventful year and a very progressive year in regards to myself and my business. Unfortunately, today I got some really bad news, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything. I'm going to tell you as much as I can, but not give you concrete details on stuff, because I really do feel, at this point in my career, on YouTube that I've given too much information, and by giving too much information, unfortunately, people have found ways to use it against me, to twist the truth into a half-truth that makes everything nasty, or finding a way to get at me. And I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to basically tell you generally what's going on with me. And then I'm going to tell you what my approach is. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing to react to it, to try to continue doing what I'm doing for a living full time. And I'm going to be honest, it's not certain. I mean, let's face it, YouTube was never fully certain, right? It was never 100% Phil will always be doing YouTube full-time thing. And in fact, for the very first time right now, before we even get into the negative stuff, I wanted to let everyone know what my actual plan on YouTube was, because people have asked me that over the years, and I never really was able to kind of narrow it down. And as of today, I kind of retrospectively looked at everything, and I said, here's really what the plan was. Number one, when I started on YouTube in 2008, it was just as a hobby to mess around, and I didn't know if it was going to be anything popular or whatever. But when I started making money doing it in 2011, I kind of, in the back of my mind, always had this set plan. The first step was to pay off all of my debts from my previous life. You know, before YouTube, I had a life where I had racked up tons of credit card debt and lots of financial issues. My credit score was in the toilet, and my goal was to be successful enough at YouTube to get rid of that. And I was. I wiped all that clean. My debt was a clean slate. My credit score skyrocketed. And I got myself to a good place financially back when I lived in Connecticut. This kind of just a side thing, all right? So, Machinima contacted me today and said they're renegotiating certain contracts. My contract is one of the ones under scrutiny. And basically, I have 10 days to comply with this new contract that they have now offered me. Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone. It's not an unfair contract. In fact, it's a very fair contract. In fact, even though I'm not going to disclose to you what the contract is, it is the most kind of probably the best offer I'm going to get without like really hashing stuff out with another company, meaning I'm going to stay a managed partner. It's not going to change. I'm still going to have all the protections that I have under Machinima's umbrella. I'm still going to have help with false copyright strikes. I'm still going to have help with all the things related to DSP gaming and all the help that I've gotten from Machinima. You know, Machinima in the past few months has provided me with a ton of free games. If anything, I have to say this, Machinima really in the year of 2015 stepped up. For the first time since, honestly, I've done business with them, they stepped up as a partnership company, and I think they finally realized there's enough competition out there that people can go anywhere they want. And I have a lot of people already. I've only hinted at this today, okay? I've only hinted that this was happening. I already got 3 offers. I'm not even lying. I got 3 offers via email. There's random people sending me emails. Oh, I heard you might be negotiating, so here's some, here's our offer. And of course, none of the offers that I've gotten are as good as what Machinima was offering me to renew with them. And, you know, the bottom line is this. Machinima's done a really good job this year in particular. Maybe not so much in previous years, besides the fact that they got me into E3 in 2012. Outside of that, they were kind of just like the silent partner. You know, we'll make sure that you get paid for your videos, but we don't really get involved too much in anything else. This year, they really stepped up and they helped me out in a big way, many different ways. Some ways I haven't even revealed to anyone because it's none of anyone's business and there's legal ramifications and things kind of tied into it. So, Machinima's kind of gone above and beyond this year and made it abundantly clear that they do cherish my partnership with them. They want it to continue. And this new offer that they've offered me, even though it's certainly nowhere near as lucrative as what I've had with them all these years, is still incredibly not only fair, but it's almost seems to me like, listen, we know we can't keep offering you what you've had, but here's something that's really kind of good, all right? And we know that there's going to be a big pay drop, which is the truth of the matter here, is that for me to renegotiate here and do this contract with Machinima, I'm going to take a pay cut. And this is probably the worst possible time for it because, as I said, I just lost all that money since the summer because of the trolling and the false copyright strikes. And I'm at a moment here where I'm trying to rebuild everything. I'm trying to rebuild DSP Gaming from the ground up and say, well, you know, no one is seeing my channel in the related videos. No one is seeing my channel in YouTube search or anything like that. Let me see if I can just plug away and do popular games like Fallout 4 that everyone wants to see, and if I can get back in there. And I think in November, I did a good job of that. I think for the most part, if you saw the performance of the videos that I put out in November, whether it was Fallout 4 or the Rockathon or various other projects, that they did really well, and that I'm on track to getting DSP Gaming back to where it needs to be. But unfortunately, now this is happening, and I don't think there's anywhere to blame. There's no fingers to point. That's the thing. I remember when I had a contract renegotiation back in 2012, okay? I was livid, and I was fucking pissed off that it was happening, and I was blindsided, and now it's kind of like, am I still blindsided? Yes, but it's happened to me once before, you know? And quite honestly, I kind of felt that this was coming anytime. I actually was surprised because last year when I was moving across the country, I kind of preemptively poked Machinima and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be moving, so FYI, if you're going to have any bad news to tell me, I hope you'll tell me now so that I don't move, and immediately after I get there in June of 2014, you tell me that you're changing my contract. And basically at that point they were like, no, don't worry about it, we're not auditing contracts or whatever at this time, and it's not a big deal. Now it's happening a year and a half later. Okay, so here's the deal, everyone. First of all, as of right now, for the next 10 days, I'm considered a free agent. Meaning I am still signed with Machinima, alright? But the income that I'm making with them is all subject to whether or not I re-sign with them in the next 10 days. If I re-sign with them in the next 10 days, then it's business as usual. I'm still signed with Machinima. Everything goes on as it has before. However, I'm going to be making less money, alright? I'm not going to go into specifics, because then people, oh, he's making this and that. No. I mean, people can speculate as much as they want, alright? No one, the bottom line is no one knows how much I ever made beforehand, and no one knows how much I'll be making in the future. It's all bullshit, and people can speculate with their drama and trying to get into people's fucking business. It's bullshit. And again, like I said, please, ignore all the drama while you're watching this video and just trying to focus, because I'm trying to make a point here, alright? I've got a concrete plan moving forward to make this work. If I choose not to sign with Machinima in the next 10 days, then I will be basically my contract with them for DSP Gaming only, not the King of Hate Vlogs, but just DSP Gaming, that contract will be terminated, and basically I'll have no ads on my videos, and I'll have to find a way to monetize my videos in another way. Now, obviously, I don't want that to happen, because if I lose that managed partnership status, that means immediately I'm going to start getting a fucking influx of content ID match bullshit that I'll never be able to remove from my videos, just like I had in late 2012 when all that shit happened and all the fucking, I'm sorry, was it late 2012 or 2013? Late 2013, when YouTube flipped the switch and all the content ID shit went out, and then I became a managed partner with Machinima and it all went away, alright? In particular, I'll never be able to play a Nintendo game again. I'll never be able to play a GTA with music on again. Any of that shit, it will all negatively affect me. So obviously, I don't want that to happen. I have to make a pretty important decision within the next 10 days or so. So immediately, now that I've just made this public information, I guarantee you, I'm going to start getting offers. Because this happens every time. I'm going to get offers from all these different partnership companies, and they're going to start flooding in, and I'm going to have to look at what everyone has to offer me, and I'm going to have to determine whether or not what I have as an offer with Machinima is good enough for me to continue to be with them, or if I go with another company. And I'll be honest, because Machinima really did step up in 2015, I'm leaning towards staying with them, alright? I see no reason to sever a partnership that's been so long-standing. The fact that I really don't have much negative to say about Machinima, besides the fact that every once in a while it's a little bit hard to get a hold of them. In particular, recently, they've kind of been better about that, and they really have helped me in regards to issues with DSP Gaming and stuff, and getting me free copies of games and stuff this year. So really, I can't really complain. I say, wow, it's actually been working out better this year, and I like the relationship I'm having with them. It would not make as much sense now to leave them, right, and to kind of start over with another company. But at the same time, I'm certainly going to leave my options open, and I'm not going to say to anyone, no, I don't want to see what you have to offer. If any other partnership company out there has a lucrative offer or something that they want to offer me, I'd be more than willing to open up and listen to it. But the thing is, I've only got 10 days from now. So come December 18th, if I'm not signed again with Machinima or with someone else, that's it, and the whole bottom's going to fall out. So obviously I can't allow that to happen, all right? So the bottom line is this, everyone. I have to rethink what I'm doing on YouTube. When you look at the history of how I've done on YouTube, the fact that from the years 2012 to 2015, there's been a decline in my business. This year, it finally plateaued, and I was doing good. And then because of false copyright issues, I tanked again. Now I'm on the up again, and now this is happening. It's kind of like every time I get right back on the horse, and I'm fighting against this torrent of shit, and people that don't want me to succeed, I say, fuck you, I'm going to keep succeeding, because every person that says that I'm not good enough and I can't keep doing well, that motivates me to do better, and then I do better, and then I get knocked down another fucking peg. And I'm gonna be honest, it's getting fucking frustrating at this point, because it's like thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, whether it's a personal thing that really has nothing to do with my business, but it still negatively shines upon me, whether it is a concrete business related thing with money. I'm just tired of it. I just want to fucking sit here every day and make fun and entertaining video content for you, and that's all I should have to fucking worry about. Not all this other outside bullshit that's kind of bearing down on me at this point. And I'll be honest, this is the holiday season. This is Christmas time, and it's supposed to be a festive time, and I'm doing my fucking best. I really am, but it's hard to focus on that shit when you got all this negative stuff going on in the back of your mind. And really, I'm trying to hold stuff together. I really am. I sit here and I might seem composed to you, but, I'm kind of teetering a little bit on the edge where it's like I am fucking kind of worried and pissed off about all this stuff that's going on. And it's not like 3 years ago where I'm going to run around and say the fucking house is burning down or anything like that. I seriously think that even if I do re-sign with Machinima and I'm making way less money than I was, that I'm still going to find a way to make it happen. Things might be tight. I might not be able to go out to dinner all the time anymore, and I certainly won't be able to buy these wonderful toys all the time, you know what I mean? But I think I could still make ends meet, and I'm still going to be able to make the business work and still make more money than if I quit everything on YouTube and ran out and tried to find a 9-to-5 job somewhere.
Fuck you, give me